If a wasp has ever landed an inch from your face while you froze completely still, or you've watched a yellow jacket chase your kid across the yard at a birthday party, this video is going to change how you handle every stinging insect on your property for good. Grandma raised 5 kids in a house with a wasp nest the size of a basketball under the porch roof, and she never once called an exterminator. She used what was already sitting in her kitchen cabinet and her pantry shelf. The same ingredients most of us already have right now without even realizing what they're capable of. Stick around because hack number 18 is the one that actually took that whole nest down for good. And the very last trick on this list is something almost nobody knows, even people who deal with this every single summer. Let's get into it. Number 43. The fastest kill for a single wasp in your house. Mix 2 tablespoons of dish soap with 1 cup of water in a spray bottle and shake it well until it's fully combined. One direct hit and the wasp is down in seconds, no chemical fumes, no lingering smell. Here's why it works so fast. Dish soap breaks down the waxy coating that protects a wasp's body and clogs the tiny breathing holes running along its sides called spiracles. No coating, no air. It's over within moments. Keep this bottle by the back door all summer long. You'll use it more than you'd ever expect once you realize how often a stray wasp wanders in through an open door. Number 42. Stop them before they even land. Mix equal parts white vinegar and water and mist it around door frames, window sills, and patio furniture. The sharp smell overwhelms how wasps navigate and talk to each other. Reapply every few days in early spring, and scouts looking for a nesting spot will skip your house completely. Number 41. Build the trap that does the work while you sleep. Cut the top third off an empty soda bottle, flip it upside down, and tape it back into the bottle like a funnel. That shape is the entire trick. Easy to fly in, almost impossible to fly back out once their wings get wet. Number 40. The exact bait that fills that trap fast. 1 cup water, half a cup sugar, 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar, a few drops of dish soap. Stir until the sugar's dissolved. Sweet enough to pull in wasps, not sweet enough to hurt honeybees. The soap breaks the surface tension, so once they land, they sink. Number 39. Where you hang it actually matters more than people think. 30 feet minimum from anywhere people gather, about 4 feet off the ground. This bait pulls wasps in from a wide area, and you do not want that traffic anywhere near your porch or your kids. Number 38. The cucumber trick almost nobody tries anymore. Slice a cucumber and lay the pieces on a sheet of aluminum foil or set them in an aluminum pie dish. The reaction between the cucumber's acidity and the metal releases something wasps find repulsive, even though you won't smell a thing yourself. Grandma used this right on the picnic table. Number 37. A pantry shelf full of repellent you didn't know you had. Citrus peels, lemon, lime, or orange, placed around problem areas work because of a natural compound called limonene. It smells bright and pleasant to us, and it's exactly the smell wasps go out of their way to avoid. Now here's where it gets interesting, because the next few hacks are about timing, and timing is the one thing almost everybody gets completely wrong. Number 36. Late summer and fall, switch your bait to overripe fruit. A banana peel or a soft, sugary chunk of fruit you'd otherwise toss works because fermenting sugar releases a scent wasps find almost impossible to resist once the colony shifts from hunting protein to craving sugar for the winter ahead. Drop it right into the bottom of your trap bottle along with the liquid bait, and you'll notice the difference within a day or two. Number 35. Spring is the opposite. Bait with a bit of raw meat, lunch meat, even canned cat food. Early in the season, the colony is feeding protein to larvae, not eating sugar themselves. Match the bait to the season and your trap actually fills up. Mismatch it, and you'll wonder why nothing's working. Number 34. The smoke trick beekeepers don't want you to know costs nothing. Smolder a small pile of used coffee grounds in an old metal pie tin. Smoke, not flame. Wasps hate the smell and relocate. It's the same principle as a professional beekeeper's smoker, just sitting in your pantry already. Number 33. A pot of mint does more work than you'd guess. Set it near your patio or grill. Crush a few leaves between your fingers and rub the oil on table legs for an even stronger effect during a backyard gathering. Number 32. Grandma's lemon and clove trick for the dinner table. Cut a lemon in half, stud the cut side with whole cloves, and set it near where people are eating. It smells good to humans and genuinely repels wasps. One of the only tricks that does both at once. Number 31. The 3-oil blend that outperforms any single scent alone. 10 drops each of peppermint, clove, and lemongrass oil mixed into 2 cups of water with a small splash of dish soap to help it all combine. Spray outdoor furniture before guests arrive. 3 repellent scents wasps hate, stacked into a single pass. Number 30. Planting an actual barrier instead of spraying one. Thyme and spearmint both work as living, low-maintenance repellents around a patio or deck. Spearmint grows fast, so keep it contained in a pot, and thyme survives the winter outdoors, so it keeps working season after season. We're almost a third through this list, and I promise the nest removal hacks coming up are the ones you came here for. Number 29. Know exactly what you're dealing with before you touch anything. An open, umbrella-shaped honeycomb under eaves or in a mailbox is a paper wasp nest, and you can usually see individual cells from below. That's different from an enclosed hornet nest, which looks like a closed, papery globe, often the size of a basketball or bigger, hanging from a branch. It's different again from an underground yellow jacket nest, which gives away almost nothing above ground except a steady stream of insects coming and going from a small hole. The fix that works on one will not work the same way on another, and Grandma always said the biggest mistake people make is treating all 3 the exact same way. Number 28. Treat exposed paper nests after dark, never during the day. Wait until full night when the whole colony's back home and far less active. Soak the nest completely with your dish soap spray from number 43. From a safe distance, in the dark, with almost no daytime ambush risk. Number 27. The clothing rule Grandma never broke, even at night when it felt safe enough to skip it. Long sleeves, pants tucked securely into boots, and a hood pulled up every single time, no exceptions. Wasps release an alarm pheromone the moment one gets stung, swatted, or even just threatened, and that pheromone calls in the rest of the colony within seconds. One sting can turn into 10 extremely fast if even a small patch of skin is left exposed. Number 26. The flashlight trick most people have backwards. Cover your flashlight with red cellophane or a stretched red balloon. Wasps see color differently than we do, and plain white light at night can startle and agitate the whole nest. Red light lets you see without setting them off. Number 25. Finding an underground nest without getting close. Watch a suspicious patch of yard for a few minutes in daylight from a distance. A steady stream of insects flying in and out of a small ground-level hole is your answer. Never approach that hole while they're active. Number 24. This is the hack that ends most underground infestations for good. After dark, once you're sure the colony has settled in for the night, slowly pour a full gallon of water mixed with a 1/4 cup of dish soap directly into the entrance you spotted earlier, from as far away as you can comfortably manage. Step back immediately the moment you're done pouring. The soapy water floods the underground chamber completely, and the colony simply doesn't survive the night. Number 23. Don't skip this step, or they'll just dig a new exit. The second you've poured it, cover that hole with a heavy bowl, bucket, or paver stone. This traps survivors inside and stops the colony from tunneling a new way out before the soap finishes the job. Okay, you've made it halfway. The next batch of hacks is what Grandma considered her real arsenal, the stuff she used when the basic tricks weren't cutting it anymore. Number 22. When the first treatment doesn't fully work. Mix a stronger solution. 1 part dish soap to 4 parts water instead of your everyday spray ratio. It clings to the nest longer and soaks deeper into the paper structure, reaching wasps sheltered further inside. Number 21. The boiling water upgrade for stubborn ground nests. 2 gallons of boiling water mixed with soap and a few drops of peppermint or cinnamon oil, poured the same way as your cold soap flood, hits harder and faster on a well-established colony that shrugged off a regular treatment before. Number 20. The slow kill that handles indoor stragglers without spraying anything. Equal parts baking soda and powdered sugar in small piles near windowsills where wasps keep sneaking in. The sugar gets them feeding. The baking soda finishes the job within a day or two. Number 19. A 5-second fix for screens that keep letting wasps in. Rub a thin layer of petroleum jelly along any gap in a window screen. It's slick, unappealing to land on, and buys you time to actually repair the gap properly. Number 18. This is it, the one I told you about at the start. Grandma's actual nest clearing method combined 3 things at once. The soap flood from number 24 repeated every few nights for 2 straight weeks. Always at night, always covered immediately after with a heavy bucket. No daytime approach ever, not even to check on it. Patience was the entire secret, and she'd remind anyone who got impatient that rushing a wasp colony was how people ended up stung and the nest still standing. 2 weeks of quiet, consistent treatment and a basketball-sized nest under that porch roof was simply gone. And in 15 years living in that house, it never came back to that exact spot again. Number 17. For fabric and cushions, where soap residue is the last thing you want. 10 to 15 drops of clove oil in a cup of water, shaken well before each spray, repels wasps from landing without leaving a greasy film on outdoor furniture. Number 16. The safest window if night treatment isn't possible for you. Right at dawn. Wasps are cold-blooded, and their body temperature, along with their energy and aggression, is at its lowest right after sunrise, before the day heats up. Number 15. The vacuum trick for a brand new, barely started nest. A shop vacuum with the hose held directly over a small nest with just a few wasps present sucks them straight into the canister. Seal the exhaust or bag immediately after. They're still alive in there. Number 14. The decoy that stops a nest before it's ever built. Wasps are territorial and won't build a new nest within sight of one that already exists. A balled-up brown paper bag, tied shut and hung under an eave, mimics an existing nest well enough to send scouts looking elsewhere entirely. Number 13. The one safety check you do before any of this, not after. Know in advance if anyone in your house has a known sting allergy, including kids who may never have been stung before and simply haven't found out yet. A normal sting swells, turns red, and hurts for a day or two, which is uncomfortable but completely manageable. A real allergic reaction looks different. Hives spreading to areas away from the sting site, swelling in the face or throat, or any trouble breathing. If anyone in the household is allergic, or you're simply not sure, they stay inside during any treatment, full stop, and it's worth keeping basic first aid information close by, just in case. Number 12. Hornets need a different bait than regular wasps. Add a splash of beer or a tablespoon of red wine to your sugar vinegar trap mix. The fermentation scent travels further, which matters because hornet colonies are usually bigger and more spread out than a typical wasp nest. You're almost to the end, and the last several hacks are about playing the long game, stopping this from ever becoming a problem again. Number 11. Catching a nest in its very first days changes everything. Wet mud or clay, packed firmly into a brand new ground entrance at night, can seal a queen and her first few workers inside before the colony's big enough to dig out by morning. This only works in the earliest days. Number 10. Late summer is when colonies are their angriest, and there's a real reason behind it, not just bad luck. The queens stopped laying new eggs by this point, and the only job left for the workers is defending the nest and feeding themselves before the season ends, which makes them noticeably more defensive than they were back in spring. Sometimes the smartest move with a large, already established nest is simply staying away from that part of the yard entirely until the first hard frost wipes the whole colony out on its own. No spray or trap required. Number 9. How to know a nest is finally, truly safe to remove. After several nights of hard freeze in a row, the colony is dead, except next year's queens, who already left to hibernate elsewhere. At that point, no gear needed. Knock the empty nest down with a long pole. Number 8. The mistake that brings wasps back to the exact same spot every spring. Wasps often rebuild near where an old nest was, even years later. Spray known trouble spots, eaves, mailboxes, sheds, with your vinegar repellent before the season even starts, before a new queen ever gets the chance to look. Number 7. The pantry spice most people walk right past. Ground cinnamon, sprinkled along windowsills and door thresholds. It disrupts the scent trail wasps use to navigate, and unlike sprays, it keeps working for days without reapplying. Number 6. Roll-on protection for when you're the one heading outside. A small roller bottle of diluted peppermint oil dabbed on your wrists and the back of your neck before working in the yard keeps wasps at a noticeable distance without needing to spray anything around you at all. Number 5. Combine. Don't choose. This is what actually works long term, and it's the single biggest difference between a yard that's wasp-free by midsummer and one that never quite gets there. Spraying alone won't stop a colony that's already established somewhere on your property. Trapping alone won't stop a brand new queen from picking your eaves next spring. The households with genuinely zero wasp problems by the middle of the season are running repellents and traps at the same time, every season without skipping a step, rather than picking whichever feels easier that week. Number 4. The geranium and clove blend most people have never even heard of. Equal parts clove, geranium, and lemongrass oil mixed with water in a spray bottle covers a different scent profile than peppermint alone. Rotating which blend you use every few weeks keeps a persistent colony from simply tolerating one smell over time. Number 3. When every hack on this list isn't the right call. Nests inside a wall and attic, or bigger than a soccer ball, or anyone with a severe allergy in the house. Call a licensed professional instead. Every trick here is excellent for everyday problems. Knowing your limit is one of the most clever hacks on this entire list because no trick is worth an emergency room visit. Number 2. The one rule that protects every other hack on this list. Wasps and yellow jackets aren't the only striped flying insects in your yard, and mistaking one for the other can do real, lasting damage. Honeybees look similar at a quick glance, but they're rounder, fuzzier, and move slower, and they're almost never aggressive unless directly provoked or their hive is threatened. Every kill method on this list is meant for wasps, hornets, and yellow jackets only. Never use them on a honeybee hive, since honeybee populations are already struggling, and they do far more good for your garden than harm. If you're not sure what you're looking at, it's always worth a second, closer look from a safe distance before you spray anything at all. Number 1. The trick almost nobody knows, and the one grandma drilled into every grandkid before they ever set foot in that backyard. Most people think a wasp sting just hurts, and that's the end of it. What they don't realize is that a crushed or killed wasp releases an alarm pheromone that signals danger to every other wasp nearby, which is exactly why swatting near a nest can turn one angry wasp into a swarm in seconds. That single chemical signal is more responsible for multi-sting attacks than almost anything else on this list, and it's the one thing none of the store-bought sprays ever warn you about on the can. Grandma's rule was simple, repeated every single summer. Never crush one near the nest, ever. Spray it from a distance, trap it well away from the house, or just walk calmly away from it. But never, ever, crush it close to home. If even one of these saves you from a sting this summer, give this a thumbs up. Tell me in the comments which trick you're trying first, and subscribe for more of Grandma's tried and true tricks, the kind that actually hold up season after season. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.